Hello everyone, this is Anti-Wave giving you another commentary game and another 2v2 game. I don't show these often on Halo Wars with my friends Reno, Vagino, Pizza Box, and Chad. So this was, I think, game 2 or 3 of a 3-hour session where we just had nothing but 2v2s. Now, while I did lose, this is honestly my favorite loss that I've taken. A very crazy game. I'm fast forwarding the first, I think, 8 to 11-ish minutes. I'm not sure. Definitely in that time range. I'm Forge. Reno's the Prophet. Chad is the cutter, the green cutter, and Pizza Box is the teal blue chieftain. So within that rush, both me and Chad expand, and we're trying to get tanks up. The chieftain tries to rush the Prophet, but we're able to fend it off. Reno makes some sentinels as support units, and the rest goes on from there. So now here is the meat and potatoes. Well, the entire game was action-packed, but I just want to get that out of the way to make this a more shorter experience for everyone. So the game plan here was, originally I would try to attack teal, but Chad would attack at the right time and make me dance. Now, the biggest flaws in this game was my utilization of microing, microing and how I prioritize. So anyway, as you see right there, Reno's Banshees attacked Teal's expansion, but even though the Banshee fuel rod hit the base, the shield still went up, which is some bullshit. I swear if that was the other way around, the shield wouldn't have gone up. But anyway, I was able to get power turret pretty quickly, and Chad gets it at around the same time. But here's the slight advantage that we had here. This is where there's a slight edge. It's a good back and forth, but as you'll see how my poor micro will add up over time. Even though I'm winning most of the tank engagements, it's still, if you just micro better. And I wish I had better prioritization looking back on this. But it's fine. It's, again, when you play with your friends all the time, they kind of know your strats and you know theirs. So it's whoever makes the most mistakes first wins. So I poorly try to Candy Crush the base. I'm unable to do it. And in games like these, whenever it's Covenant against Covenant with UNSCs, you want to get the air advantage, which means vampires against vampires. So Reno was able to have that lead being on an expansion base for much longer than Teal was. Chad max, and I'm unable to move my tanks in time. If I just had a few go back, I could have dodged, but man, it's so many mishaps. And something about his max, man, they would come down, and it's just crazy, man. It's crazy. But Reno at this point in time has the advantage with the vampires, but that will change in time, and you'll see. So I saw that Chad was able to get power turret, I believe, earlier than I did, or around the same time with Spartans, I think with better upgrades. What happened was, as the game went on, I was thinking to myself, well, he's cutter, he could just be getting ODSTs on the side and not care, but I overthought about these things. I foolishly tried to chase the vampires down because I wanted to help Reno get that advantage of air. But I sure prioritized green. As you see, green is attacking my base right now. He's able to take out my reactors because of my poor management of the tanks. So, as you see there, Reno's vampires get destroyed. This is also because his micro was also affected. He kept, I guess, if I were to talk about him for a short time, he did sand 4 to 5 at a time. I'm sure some are dying, but I wasn't looking. I'm not blaming anyone. If you lose, you gotta blame yourself. But anyway, this is me we're talking about since you're watching me, so here we go. So for some reason, I send my tanks out there, and I have them heal. But green keeps following me, and I'm able to mop up the rest of his units. Now, around this time, maybe if I was Reno in this case, I would have sat back. Well, no, he has vampires, so he's already second attack. I would have gotten Ancestral with my Prophet and used that to get rid of those vampires. It would definitely be a much bigger help than just having a Blessed, because he would get Cancer Shell easily, and that would happen. So I lost my Spartan right there. Reno is assisting me and taking out those Spartan tanks. I make sure they don't escape. And honestly, right here, there are so many moments. If I had a shot at taking Teal down, this was the shot right here. But instead, I go for green, which is a very, looking back, it's a very silly play. But I'm under the assumption if I can knock the UNSC down a peg or two, we're up. But it's really important that you go for the Covenant as UNSC, because you can candy glitch the base, and Covenant bases are weaker anyway, conventionally speaking. So the Chieftain is back to harassing my base, and I didn't get a chance to heal my tanks. I didn't micro the stronger ones up. I mean, I do kind of here, but I'm just trying to see if I can do what he did to me. But now I have Teal's vampires attacking my vehicle depot, which is halting my production. I built a sentinel, I guess, to see what was going on. I don't know why I built it. Should have built a super sentinel, at least that can slow some units down. But I'm at Green's base now. I check out a supply pad. Yeah, candy some tanks, and Reno with that super sentinel doing some work, doing some very fine work to stun those tanks, being the unofficial gremlin. Got a love repository. So, man, Chad Max, but I stopped moving my tanks. You see it right there, and my shit blows up. It's crazy, man. I'm looking back like I'm significantly better than you know, this point then. But even still, I suffered these effects of not microing. But that's when you don't play wars for a long time. Reno's Prophet falls to the ground. He researches osteoporosis and is in a permanent wheelchair. And the base health that I'm at, they easily, I don't know, they could have killed it. They definitely could have killed it, but I was able to come back in time, and Reno's able to fend off those vampires for a little while. So I'm back at the middle. There's times where I could have Pelican, but you see right there, I'm rebuilding a tank. This very Chieftain. Chieftain is really more helpful than the Prophet in this case, because he can birthright a tank and stun it. That's one tank immediately off. Chad is transporting the Pelicans. I take out one. Transporting the Pelicans. Transporting the tanks. I take out one, and I try to follow it. Like, you see this terrible micro, man. I'm so upset. I'm looking back. I'm so mad, but it's like these errors, man. Eventually they capitalize on it, but they're unable to take out my main base, as you'll see very shortly. Pizza Box is missing some Banshees to make the load on Green a lot easier. But even with that, I'm still able to contest Green and beat him 80% of the time. So it's crazy, man. Of course, you guys, and please comment how you feel about this video, and please also leave a like. It helps out the channel greatly. It only takes 1 second. Anyway, I was not able to upgrade my sparrings past a certain point. I really wanted Reno to upgrade his expansion base, that's why I pinged it, but it's whatever at this point. I also was thinking, with the money that I had, I could have stayed at 3rd Tech, gotten reinforcements, and had an overwhelming tank advantage, because I was already contesting and beating Green most of the time with 30 pop. You know, full pop of tanks. So if I got reinforcements, it definitely would have been a different game. But these things you don't think about. I kept the money on the side to give Reno whenever I had the chance. But anyway, I was definitely very worried about Teal's expansion base. I should have just gone for his main, so his temple would have been dead. But oh well. Sadly, Reno sends in his vamps for whatever reason, and they all died again. So now I have to go back in and attack Green. I do a nice futuristic carpet bomb. Nice little damage right there. Take out one tank. And I mop up some more of Teal's air. So now I'm able to get chain gun finally. My goodness. Honestly, I'm such a veteran C god, but you know, it's funny how I never really gave it thought here. Honestly, Chad wouldn't let me. But as you see, I don't know if you saw, like, my stars are going up. If I had neural implant at least, I probably more comfortably could have been winning these battles. If I was more selfish. But yeah, so, yeah, see Chad Max, and I just, instead of moving the one tank, I moved them all, which affects the speed greatly. And, yeah. So I got a 1-star sparring. At this point, I yelled to get in because for some reason he just wouldn't get in.
Get back in!
Still wouldn't do it. He finally gets in now. Like, really? It's man annoying. What's wrong with you?
Sitting there, staring at shit.
And that tank is finished.
I don't want to fucking help.
So now the game plan here is for me to take out Teal's expansion. Because while Purple has had an expansion, he's been looting. Really? He's looting? He's been losing units greatly. I'll keep that in there, by the way. He's been losing like 4 to 5 vampires at a time instead of just either building up in the main base and then waiting to come out. Instead, he's just sending in them in that separate intervals, which is why they're dying. So now green makes it back here, and if I was more calm, I could have just pelicaned 4 tanks and stopped it. But because of me being slow, it's going to cost me dearly. Well, Reno's Prophet was there to help. If it was Ancestral, it would have been different, easier said than done. I was not aware of his economic situation, even though I was definitely clicking him when I could. It's fine. It sounds like I'm blaming him, but I'm not. I'm just looking back on it, and I'm like, man, if I just... This is the difference between being calm and not being calm. I was always on edge, and that changes everything. So because of my inadequacy, instead of pelicaning my tanks right away and cutting green off, green was able to sneak some tanks behind my base and knock out my dual reactor, as you'll see in a few moments. So I foolishly cannot bring my tanks back. And heck, that D-bomb was perfect because I couldn't pelican my tanks back there, and neither Reno could recall. So his profit blew up. And yeah, there goes my duel. Normally I put my dual reactor in the front of the base so his units are more inclined to stay, but I put in the back thinking, oh, I don't know. You know, it's these little things that add up over time. But I mean, yes, all of Green's tanks are dead. Well, most of them. I think most of them. But yeah, see, green takes out a lot more of my buildings because of my inadequacies. It's crazy, man. It's good capitalization. Now, yes, I wipe out the tanks. And, you know, it's because I'm Forge, right? This is where Forge is very helpful, because even though this shit is happening to me, I'm still able to financially recover and bounce back from it. I should have just gotten reinforcements and then steamroll. But, you know, my mindset at the time was I need Reno to be up, but sometimes you gotta be selfish so you can be selfless. But oh well, I didn't follow my own advice. So now, again, I'm making the right call here to go back and attack Teal. I tell Reno, I think, to go up first and just pepper the shields as much as he can. I'm just looking, but I think if I was a Covenant in this instance, I would have tried to get a third base and build supplies. But anyway, I'm here over at this base and green, so we're both doing the same thing. Green's at purple side attacking his expansion, and I'm at teal side attacking his expansion. And since teal has a much better air control, it's gonna definitely change. However, Reno did recover his air, and I think they're about tied at this point. So I had Reno pull up to help take down the shield. And I guess I wish a Copper Bomb here to kill the base faster. I don't know. But as you see, I'm at 21 population out of 30 with 100 resources left. And that's the that's the downside of, even though I have the economic advantage, taking out, I think, 5 to 6 of my supply pads when I only took out 1 of Chad's supply. So he's not eco-glitch as hard as I am. But still, it goes to show how goated Forge is economically. But anyway, check out the expansion. And instead of pelicaning and taking the risk, I just drive these tanks over. And it's not helping. I'm playing too much defense. But I had to play defense now because green is at the back. He just took out Reno's temple. Yep, boom. There it goes right there. And he just does more damage to Reno's base. It's utterly insane. Utterly insane. It's a shame because I'm sure Reno was probably rebuilding the Prophet in that temple. He probably got Ancestral and did his thing, but nope. No. Now, of course, if I hear something and if I say something and you hear the dialogue differently, I just have the audio turned down. I don't want to get mixed up or confused with anything. I kind of want to keep it as authentic as I can because this is a long time ago. All I did was just chop it up. I didn't really pay attention to the audio. But anyway, I wipe out those tanks again, and I'm in a good tank lead. If I just had neural implant, these fights would have been so much easier. As you see right there, I now give Reno the click. But Teal has a huge vamp lead because Reno's vampires died. They got William Bongens off-screened again. But hey, that Super Sentinel doing its work, man. It stuns that one tank, and yep. And this is before I did the 3 candy at a time thing. This is when I would still all candy, and wow, like, gosh. I really wish I gave Reno a goddamn base in the back sooner. Or maybe I should have taken it for myself to have extra supplies. You never know. When I had 1k resources, I definitely could have taken a base for myself. It won't hurt. But I do it now, it's far too late. And of course, we all know how to check for bases, but it's just a gander. I think I killed the base mainly to get the supplies. So, Teal already knows what's happening. I killed some vampires off, but it's inconsequential. I should have just Pelican down there, but the vampires were there. They probably could have fucking blown up the damn Pelicans if I tried. Like, look at me. Like, look at me dance, bro. They're making me dance. I don't know if I'll call this, dancing or my favorite L. I'll figure it out. But as you see right there, brings out the base. Gonna do way more damage to purple. And, hey. Oh, okay. I didn't look at the mini map, but purple just triple expanded. And when I drop a cover bomb, so we get 2 tanks. I dodged this time. I dodged the mat gracefully, and I'm able to, for the most part, contest. Here's a problem. When you run away like this really prevents your units from shooting. It's better to micro some of them and charge up. Depends on the situation, but in this 2's games, yes. So instead of microing the stronger tanks up, I just heal a few, send them back. Like, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? See, I'm at 1k. I could have taken that 3rd base right now and used that to my advantage. But I'm really trying to get Reno that air lead. But man, they're putting good pressure on him. This is what I should have been doing. But I don't. I now take this mansion like 87 years too late. So all Tio has to do is send 1 Banshee and see what's going on. And see, look, see the resource count? I'm at 1800. Why didn't I blow up a supply pad? And, you know, get another reactor, get a filler armory, and get reinforcements. I had plenty of time to do so. Maybe that's what Chad had at that point, you know? It's crazy. Like, see, okay, I am getting another reactor up, yes. Probably to upgrade some damn Spartans or build another one back. Insane, man. Absolutely insane. So now this whole game is just be running around and slowly dwindling. Honestly, maybe I'll call this video current objective survive, because that's what the fuck we were doing this whole fucking time. It's just insane. So I take out some more tanks. Just debumps I can't heal, great. Awesome, it's just freaking wonderful. And the combined forces of Teal dwindling, like just, you know, scratching the paint off me while the additive damage of the tanks is really messing me up. If I had reinforcements, I probably wouldn't have cared about those stupid vampires. But this is what happens when you're too laser focused on defending. And then here comes Teal with that chieftain. The chieftain is so goddamn useful. You see my pop just going down fast. But yeah, I'm knocking those tanks out. Even with that still, it's just like, it's crazy, man. But I really love 2's games. They're very different from 3's. Very different. Very different. But yeah, as you see, Teal has that vampire lead. And this is just a lesson, y'all. If you're Covenant, try to get that air lead. If you're UNSC, do your utmost best to go for that Covenant. Now, situations may change, but in this case, this is what I should have done. This is what I should have done. Like, okay, I knock out Green's army, but look, Teal is just peppering. He's just peppering the sauce. I blow up the reactor again to get more tanks, because this shit is insane. Look, I got a 2-star spawn in that hole. It doesn't, you see, guys, if any of you have seen my veterancy video, veterancy, while it helps, it depends on the circumstance, and in this circumstance, against similarly skilled players, how I've been operating, it doesn't matter. Like, yes, I'm able to fend off, but all I had to do was make like 3 Wolverines, and Reno could have won that air battle. But I was thinking to myself, if I just get all the tanks to match, but if I just made 2 Wolverines, I could have been good, and just send them with Reno. It would have turned the tide of battle right there. But yep, every time Reno gets an area up, it just gets stasis and blown up. So yeah, for here on, the despair slowly gets higher. And I think at this point, Reno was like, should you resign? And I'm like, nah, man, I want to keep going. Because, you know, there are games where it has been like that. But this game ain't one of them. Why the hell did I make a flamethrower to fight off a fucking brute chief? It must have been an accident. Yeah, I pressed that instead of the spark. I see. But yeah. I was dancing too much trying to defend. And that's the match. But yeah, guys, this is definitely one of my favorite custom matches. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm gonna let, you know, me and Reno speak for ourselves. Good game to you, Pizza Box and Chad. Always good to play with you guys. Y'all knew what to do. Chad, good game. And yeah, Pizza, good game. Both of you guys did your job. I didn't do mine. But yeah, you see, this is what happens, people, when you do not prioritize the Covenant when you have all tanks as UNSC. Hope you enjoyed. Maybe I'll try to find another turtle video and upload it. Or maybe I'll either find a turtle video or put up some more Halo Wars leader overhaul stuff. But I'll see. Alright, everyone. This is Anti-Wave signing out.
All units.
Send us in.
All units.
Revealing target.
Never giving up. No matter how many ass beats I take.
I'm sorry.
All units.
I guess I should have went for mid. I didn't expect the vortex everybody down. A lot of them are really quickly going. This is me right here.
Local units. Local units.
You try it, bro.
Local units. Local units.
I could just make one.
Local units.
I have no tank.
No, no, no. Oh.
I was thinking about trying to say breathe, bro.
Wait, let me build one. I should do one Wolverine. Fuck it, man. No, dude, we're giving them by their fucking lives, Reno. We're giving them by their fucking lives, man.
Base under attack. Local units. Local units.
Poor guy.
Local units.
This motherfucker got sacked.
Local units. Local units. Local units. Local units. Local units.
Switched off by man.